I've gotten myself into the mental weeds. It's very late to be making a video, but this is my hand. And as you can see, it's a handy hand. Here's some knives for scale. It's a full-size trapper, a mini Swiss Army knife. Okay. This is a sizable hand. So I was joking around with Peterbilt Knife Guy, because he says junglas, and I say hunglas, and potato patata. And so he said, well, he's just going to say it how he says it. And I'm like, well, that's the way that I can feel petally superior. That and my 10-inch handspan. Because I'm like, well, in my life, adult life, I have not met someone. I met people with bigger hands than me, that if they put it in a tub of water, they would displace twice as much water as my hand. It's a slender hand. But it's large, and the left hand has slightly bigger, slightly longer span than the right, and I think that's from playing the guitar and stretching out on the fretboard. So having said that I had a 10-inch handspan, I was like, wait, let me just double check that, because I don't actually think it was all the way to 10. I think it was like most of the way last time I measured, and now I'm measuring, I'm only getting a hair over 9.5, right? And this is a source of great chagrin to me, because I went ahead and said something that wasn't true in a comment. Now, this is my pinky finger that I dislocated a while back, and you can see it's swollen. So I'm not just making it up, right? That could account for a little bit of shrinkage, that, you know, but as I say, I think the last time I measured, I was just like a hair under anyway on the left hand. So I just did this, and I made a post, right, measuring this, and I posted it, and I for Peterbilt Knife Guy, and I threw Steins versus Knives in there as well, because he has a degenerate mind, and of course I'm making a joke about, you know, size, and thinking that it was bigger last time I measured it, and so then I just post the post, and then immediately I see that Peterbilt Knife Guy's posted a post, and he's done the same thing, and he is well over 10 inches. Well over, yeah? The man's got, so what? We're talking a little over half an inch over, yeah? And so I'm tripping. That's amazing for me. And I'm like, wow, Peterbilt Knife Guy, right? Of all the people in the world. And then in the head spin, I had a notion, because you see, years ago, I picked up this book by a man named Cairo, the father of Cheiromancy. Can't open this indoors, that would be bad luck. Cheiromancy, palmistry, right? The guy was a palm reader. That was his profession. And for many years, he plied that trade. He went around looking at people's hands. And what he said in the opening for this book, because I never read the whole thing, I only read the first introduction or whatever. He said that people with small hands have big plans, like Napoleon or the Austrian painter. They had tiny hands, apparently. And actually, Donald Trump, he's one that is famous, not to get political or anything, but he is renowned for having these comparatively tiny hands, right? On this big old hulk of a man, but he's got these small hands. I'm kind of like the opposite, right? I'm like a twig of a man with these big spatulate things on the end of these gangly long arms, kind of mutated. Hard for me to find shirts or jackets that fit. The sleeves are always too short, or the body's too big. And so what Cairo said was that the man that he met with the biggest hands that he'd ever seen belonged to a London watchmaker who was renowned for being able to do the most delicate and minutious work, right? And the man had massive hands, like frying pans, right? And so I thought, well, could it not be that that is the secret to my, if I do say so myself, upper quartile sharpening abilities at this stage in my sharpening career? I would say that I am capable consistently of taking things that are sharp and making them sharper. Even things that are very sharp, I can get them sharper, generally. Unless they're like really very, 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 very sharp. Obviously, at some point, the skill tops out. And I think that Peterbilt Knife Guy, he's got that extra 10%. And I'm not saying that, someone with smaller hands couldn't do a great sharpening job. But could that be part of, could that be a contributing factor? And so I wrote everything I'm saying right now, I just wrote it in a comment to Peterbilt Knife Guy. And then when I went back, that comment that I wrote had vanished. And I took my sweet time over writing that comment, telling about Cheiromancy and everything, yeah? And it vanished. Fancy that. And then I would go to my comment section in my channel, and Jimbus Maximus just sent me a comment. He says, why does YouTube disappear comments, right? Like, he just sent me a comment, and it just disappeared. Check out the synchronicities. So, an hour and a half ago or something, I was dozing. I was ready to go to bed. But this is what happens when you get on YouTube. Thanks for watching.